As investors embrace computer-driven strategies, U.S. options trading rose 4.6% in the first half of the year and is headed for a 7th consecutive annual record. Gary Katz is President and Chief Executive Officer of the International Securities Exchange. He joins us now to discuss the U.S. options market's growing trading volume and proposed regulation of over-the-counter derivatives. Mr. Katz, welcome to Bloomberg News. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, Mark.
What factors account for more investors using options?
Well, the options product has turned out to be the perfect instrument during this credit crisis. It's allowed investors to hedge their positions in falling markets, and it's allowed them to add and enhance their returns to the portfolios that they've had. And as a result, there are still new entrants coming into the marketplace that are using this product and benefiting from its flexibility.
Why are investors moving to exchange-traded options from the over-the-counter market?
The key component that's difference is that the U.S. exchanges that trade options have the Options Clearing Corporation to provide central counterparty clearing. And what that provides investors who use this product is a guarantee that they are not exposed to a single entity on the other side of their contract, which is the case in OTC.
Which may be lacking otherwise.
Well, there's transparency in that you see the prices, but there's also central counterparty clearing, which diversifies the risk, and you're not exposed to a single party on the other side of your options contract being out of business.
Are pension funds and mutual funds now rewriting their charters to allow the use of these kinds of exchange-traded derivatives?
We're seeing that trend in the marketplace, and it's as a result of the benefits of the product that I talked about earlier.
Was it a trend that began before this economic climate? Was that something that you were seeing going forward? Were you ahead of the curve?
Well, it's a good question. We were seeing that develop over the last few years in this industry, but it's accelerated as a result of what's occurred over the last year and a half.
Well, since ISE is a Eurex, are you going to be working at this time to leverage that relationship to offer more European products here in the United States?
We are. One of the products that we would like to offer, and it's at the SEC waiting for approval, is options on DAX, which is a benchmark European index. We'd like to trade that in U.S. dollars.
Last month, as you know, the Treasury came out with this white paper, and it suggested keeping the SEC and the CFTC separate. Is that a disappointing plan?
Well, it's different than the regulatory proposal that we had published, where we recommended that the SEC and the CFTC come together under one regulatory umbrella. The reason that we recommended it is the headline for our regulatory proposal, and that's a comprehensive and consistent approach to regulation. And by being under one umbrella, you would guarantee that you covered all products and a consistent level playing field for regulating those products.
Well, being under two umbrellas, how's that affected the market?
Well, in certain cases, it has created jurisdictional gaps or regulatory stalemates for products. A perfect example is options on the gold ETF. The gold ETF is a security that's traded on equity exchanges like the NYSE, and typically we're able to trade options on those products. But the SEC and the CFTC had a jurisdictional difference of opinion, and as a result, nobody traded options on the gold ETF. That it's not that it didn't trade, it traded upstairs in an opaque, non-transparent marketplace and did not have central counterparty clearing, all the benefits of a listed options marketplace.
Right now we're on pace for the 7th back-to-back record in volume for options. What's driving the growth?
There are new entrants into the marketplace, and it's proving to be a very flexible and useful instrument for hedging risk and enhancing return.
What's it like to be part of a company that's growing? And I mention that, as you know, given the financial climate and the parameters that we're in right now, you guys are doing pretty well.
Well, we're thrilled with the accomplishments of the ISE and the options industry as a whole. At the same time, our members are hurting, and they are our customers. And I don't think of them as just these large firms, but there are people at these firms that we've known. It's a small industry, and we know them well. And when they're hurting, we're hurting. So we take no pleasure in the experiences that they're having, but we're very pleased that we as an exchange have been able to provide the services during this very difficult environment.
Gary Katz, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the International Securities Exchange, joining us on set. Mr. Katz, thanks. We appreciate it.